Good evening, team. Welcome back to Glenn's Workshop. Tonight what we're going to do is we're going to actually install our new handles that we've got for our set of drawers. What we're going to have to do is the old one sat in the middle of the drawers, which we have obviously covered over and put our first layer of paint over top. So this time we're going to recess our handle in so then it doesn't hit the top of the drawer when you slide it in and out. So I think what we'll do, we'll just give it a measure up and we will see where what about halfway is. So 570, so 250, 10, 20, 35, round about there. $285. Yep. So what we're going to probably have to do is I think we're going to grab just a little miter saw and we'll actually mark where our points are on either side and recess either side in just enough so then it sits below the surface, so then when the drawers go in, then they're not actually going to hit the drawers whatsoever. Okay, about 40, 80. Beautiful. Let's measure that mark again just in case. So we got 550 total, 270, 280, 570, 35, so 250, 280, 50, 250, 60, 70, 85. Beautiful. So I think what we're going to do, we'll measure either side of that there and we'll make our recess marks. About there, we'll just get our square. Square everything off, nice and neat. It doesn't matter if they're a little bit smaller at the moment because I'd always rather recess a little bit smaller than take off more material than what we need and then realize that they're we're going to need more material to try and put back in there. So always try and take off a little bit less than what you need to begin with. Now we'll give that a little bit of a measure width wise and see how much we actually have to take off. I know it's only going to be a mil or two. Yeah, not even a mil. There's literally not very much at all, so before we do kick into it, better just make sure that we have actually got our measurements correct. So just 244. 244. Beautiful. So now I'm guessing just the way that we're going to try and do it is we're only going to take just the littlest amount off just to dig down enough just so we can recess it in there. such a tiny wee little amount, so you don't want to go too much, because if you go too much, then you're never going to be able to put it back, you see. That'll sit down in there beautifully. There is a few ways you can possibly do this. Always, you can do multiple little marks. So multiple little marks, and then grab a chisel and then chisel it out. You more than likely can actually get just a file and then file it down, because it isn't very much at all, you see. So it's not going to take much at all to get it down to it. Get it down to it. So those are the few little marks we're going to do first. And then I'll just see if I can find my file on my chisel. And of course you can never find anything when you need to find it, of course. So might just try and peel it off a little bit just with the Stanley blade. Because once we get it starting, where are we? We might just, so now that we've got some marks in there, we might just make a few more, and then we might just sand the rest down. Beautiful. Now it's not very much at all, you see, so it is going to be able to come off quite easily, but I cannot find for the life of me my chisel. I'll just try and do it with a scraper, eh? No. Okay, so now let's try this again. So I actually found one of my files on one of my chisels. So all you got to really do is just slowly work your way through. What you got to watch out for is that you don't actually, so you can start from here and you can work your way in, but try not to poke your way out through the other side, because if you go out through the other side, then what you can do, you can actually break away this face of the wood. So you want to try and start on this side, and then go to the middle. So from this side, then work your way over. And then try and go from this side, and then work your way over. Try not to go out the other side. So see, now that we've cut all those grooves, every time you get up to the groove with your chisel, it will make it easier to start again for the next part. So you just remember, always go to the middle and then work your way from the other side and then come to the middle again. Try not to take the chisel out from one side through to the other, or else you'll bust out that corner. Now you can kind of tell how deep to go, because with the saw I went down a certain way, and then once you get rid of all these ridges, then that's when you know that you're at a good level. So we'll just try and get down to there. Just sharpen up those edges there, because that's where the handles are going to hit, and we'll sharpen up this angle here. I think we're getting pretty close to the actual depth of it now. See, so look at that there, that's perfectly flat. We'll just carve out a little bit more on this angle here. Remember, try not to go from, you can probably do it a little bit slower, so you can take it all the way off the other edge, but remember, you just want to be real careful. We might grab some sandpaper. Try and just file off all those, try and just sand away all those rough edges for now. So it's not looking too bad now. What we might do is now we'll just grab the some quite rough sandpaper and we'll just go over it just to get rid of those ridges. So this is why I wanted to kind of do this now before putting the second coat on, because I knew that I was always going to have to go over it with paint again to actually cover over where we're sanding. So I might try and do is I might just try and find a little square block. What do we got here? Give it a this is quite a rough sandpaper, this one, so we won't go too crazy on it because we don't want to take off more than what we need. Beautiful, now we're looking a lot smoother. Just give it, and we're going over with the fine stuff, and what we might do is we might just try and cut a nice clean edge on both sides, so then when it does go in there, then it does fit in nice and neat. So that's not fitting too bad at the moment. A little bit on this side here. That's looking better. Beautiful. So with these particular ones, they have a couple of screw holes at the back. So what we'll do is, now that we've got it all settled in there really nicely, I will put the screws in and then take them back out again, because we do need to still put a second coat on the full set of jaws and the outside shell as well. So we might just sharpen it up just a little bit more on this one. It's still not quite sitting down where I kind of want it to. fit. Yeah, that's got it. Beautiful. And that's pretty much what we're going to do with all of them. But just a little bit of a taste on how they're going to come out. But now that the actual colours completely dry on the first set from our first painting job the other day, it's actually looking really, really nice. But we are going to put a second one on, and then that'll bring out the full colour once again. So I think we're probably only going to do one more episode on this, and then I think that'll be it. But it is all really, really nice and smooth now. And then what we'll do is I'll come back once we've got the second coat on, because I don't think we'll bore you again with painting up the second coat all over again. But then and then I'll come back with the final product. But hope you guys enjoy your evening. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, and if there's anything else you guys would like to see, please just let me know. Thank you guys. Night.